Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21. With the Philadelphia Phillies, we've got 6 more years with the Phillies, and then, actually 5 more years, and then we shall see what we shall see, my friends. Last season was a season of baseball. That definitely occurred. And if we take a look at the Phillies and our record, we've had 2 back-to-back seasons where we were very competitive, but just not competitive enough. And if we look at our team home screen, really our pitching staff was fine. It was our lineup that was a bit ungood. And that's part of the reason why Mr. Bonner will almost certainly be playing a key role on our team next season. Did you break Buck Freeman again, or did I already call him up to the Major League roster? I did call him up. At least he's there right now. I don't know that he'll stay there, but yeah, he can definitely be there. Right. So strategically, what are we going to do this season? Really just kind of stand pat. We're going to hope to get some quality seasons out of our better players. Including Stevets and Slattery, maybe Freeman. Yeah, we'll figure something out to do with him too, for sure. But this is potentially the core of a dominating offense that maybe just needs a bit more seasoning to be something truly spectacular. We really need depth, and we really need frontline offensive talent again. But we can afford to take players that take longer to develop now. That's where we are. I don't want to lose Inks. I'm not convinced that he is going to play a big role on this team, but I don't want to lose him for nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw you on the 40-man. And I think that'll probably do it for right now. And then we'll see what we can acquire in the draft. And let that fuel the rest of our season. Oh yeah, I forgot we even had Dupe Shaw. He's one of the first moves I made. We might trade him, or at least give it some pretty serious thought. Ooh, we got a Gold Glove winner in Ed McKean and Mike Slattery, as we should. Roger Connor retired, so we retired his number. That's fine. Silver Sluggers. Jack Stivets. Okay. That's not what I expected, but I'll take it. Man. Sliding Billy's starting to piss me off. I don't know why it makes me so mad that he always looks to be so amazing. But it's like, if he lost 50 points in average, he'd be a terrible player. But yeah, he's... Maybe I should just accept that that was a missed opportunity. That I could have had Billy Hamilton, and I decided he wasn't good enough, and then that was a mistake. Ooh, Bill Hutchinson won the Cy Young Award? I certainly didn't expect that, but I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes a lot of sense. Huh. Well, there you are. I wonder how I didn't get Rookie of the Year with Stevets. Here you go. Oh, Sugden did get a first place result, but yeah, everyone else just got more. And, you know, a guy like Kip Selbach, I guess I'm not that upset by it. I still think Sugden was better, but, you know. I'm really pleased how he turned out. I was really skeptical about drafting him the way that I did, and it turned out I had nothing to worry about. That was a straight up excellent move. And I do have to replace some managers. A couple people did bring up, while I'm thinking about it, editing the Hall of Fame settings. And I just don't think that's something I want to do. Are any of you, like, great players? Not really. So we'll hire Frank here, I guess. Oh, wait, for AAA? No. I want a better hitting coach than that. I guess Rit here can be the new AAA hitting coach. And then you can jump to AA. And you can jump to... Actually, I'll just promote everybody. So Bill Lennon, you're the new manager for Honolulu. You're the new pitching coach for Honolulu, and you're the new hitting coach for Honolulu. That way, all the positions I'm filling are all at the very bottom, so I can afford to hire your people. But a few people commented about changing the settings for the Hall of Fame, and on the one hand, I understand it, but on the other hand, I just don't think it's something that I want to do. I think I'd rather just accept it, and then see how things turn out later on with as our seasons continue. I will definitely take an excellent single year or excellent rookie ball pitching coach, and then I'll take John Maloney. Sure, there we go. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is, and if I occasionally gripe about it, I just occasionally gripe about it. But it's not something that I'm so deeply offended by that I want to spend a bunch of time fixing it. Plus, I mean, the damage is already done in a lot of ways. There's very little that I can do to fix that. So, you know what? That's totally fine. I'm not going to be worried too much about that. We'll just take it as it goes. The thing that worries me most about Bonner, though, is the fact he's not a great second baseman. But as long as he's paired with at least one good defensive second baseman, and I've got Hutchison and McLaughlin and Bassett, I'm not too fussed about that. Could I turn McLaughlin into something good? Or did I keep you because you can play two positions. You can actually play short pretty well too. But then again, I got Easter Day, who plays third and short pretty well. So I really don't need McLaughlin. What could I get for you? Probably not much. Ow, damn it. I spilled my soda. My pop. This is mostly a bunch of players I'm not that excited about, so I'm just going to ignore it, and I can release him later if I need to. Let's go to the Hall of Fame voting. Alright, who do we have? Oh, Tom Barlow must have been a defense first shortstop, because that offensive record isn't that impressive. But that looks like a damn good shortstop to me, defensively. Oh yeah, he was frankly legendary for a time. Up until his very last season, he ranged from good to fantastic. I'm. Let's look at the all-time leaderboard and let's look for WAR as a shortstop. And if he's in the top 3, I'm going to vote for him. Boom. Yeah. Tom Barlow, welcome to my ballot. Remember, 2,000 hits, 200 wins. If you don't meet either of those criteria, you better have done something pretty damn impressive. Jack Manning. I wonder why his WAR is so low. I think it was probably just the fact he just happened to pitch in an era where there's lots of other starters that pitched lots of innings. Bobby Matthews. Boom. This, my friends, is a pitcher. Look at that shit. 300 wins. I love it. We might even call our pitching award the Bobby Matthews Award, not the Cy Young Award. Bill Stearns, you know what? Hall of Fame for you too. Is there anyone else in the 40 to 50 WAR range that I need to give a closer look to? Nope. Voted. All right. Now, we're not going to get a great pick. This is just about finding a player who fits with us long term. Because there's not too many areas where we could make a significant short term improvement. Maybe second, maybe shortstop. But honestly, if Gilman Allen just splits it in between his previous season and this season, we've got a very good shortstop. I am not at all convinced that he is an issue. But we'll see what happens to be available at the time we pick. We're probably looking at a medium average player by the time we actually get to choose. Is that the Jimmy Collins who played for the White Sox? No, Red Sox. Okay. Eddie Collins. I don't know why I got that confused. Yeah, Eddie Collins is the one who played for the White Sox. Auto draft. Okay, we've got Arlie Pond. Also got Joe Corbett. I'm not saying anything. Sorry, I'm contemplating. Do I take Arlie Pond? He's a rubber-armed ground baller with a devastating sinker and a decent forkball. That's got a lot of value, actually. Like, he certainly seems better than Souders, right? And it's not that Souders is bad, just that he's just not as good. Yeah. I could very easily flip Souders and turn him into something else. Maybe even package Dupuis Shaw and trade him too. But yeah, I think that idea sounds like a great one. Let's go ahead and take Arlie Pond. Dan Coogan is actually a reasonably good catcher. And there's always an argument to be made for having lots of catchers in your system. So I'm going to go ahead and select him. And then I kind of don't care anymore. Alright, I'll just sign everybody. I mean, it's $10. That's basically nothing. We basically got our entire draft class for less than my first round pick was meant to cost us, which is pretty good. Alright. Rule 5 draft. I'm going to go ahead and skip up to me. Pass. Dan Lally changed teams. Why? Man, I can't imagine wanting that player on my team, but sure. We had 5 Hall of Famers. I don't agree with O'Rourke at all. Sutton, remember, I had an issue with Sutton last season. And I'm not even convinced Jack... No, Jack Manning was good, just not as good as the others. But I'm glad that everyone else made it that I voted for. Except for Barlow. Weird. Maybe I just value defense more, but... Like, he definitely deserves the Hall of Fame, I think. And I don't think it's particularly close. I mean, O'Rourke is fine, I guess. He's just uninspiring. I mean, I will give him credit. He did play catcher. And he's got a whole bunch of Hall of Fame monitor stats because he's got a load of awards. He won an MVP, Rookie of the Year, 2 Gold Gloves, and 6 Silver Sluggers. And was a 12-time All-Star. Like, I get it. I get it. I don't necessarily think that I would have done it. I don't think that I would have elected him, but that he got in doesn't faze me too much. Alright, game. Let's advance to spring training. Oh no, you dropped my budget for no reason. Robert Gibson got a lot better. McKean got worse. DeVet's got better. O'Connor's about the same. Yeah, Dan Coogan, you're a catcher. I don't know who told you you're a shortstop, but that person is wrong. Okay. Alright, spring training time. Arlie Pond. Frankie the Bonner. Bonner. Is there anyone else I'd like to give that to? I mean, let's face it. Oh, Coat can't play catcher, like, at all. Okay. He is a warm body. Got it. It just seems silly to have this many starting pitchers. Right? So it might be let Shaw try to pitch again, and then if he flubs it as badly as he did last season, we just get rid of him. Souders, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. I know you were okay last season, but you were mostly helped out by a brilliant defense that probably won't be back this season. I'm going to go ahead and leave you alone. As I don't mind if you happen to pitch a bunch in spring training. Just see what we got in you. And then you can set everything. I did say all right, yeah. And let's go ahead and let Bonner start. Just to see how he hits in L Training Del Spring. I mean, you're already having Buck Freeman start, which I'm not sure I want to do that just yet. But maybe. Oh, let's go to the scouting screen. There we go. And then I guess we just sim. Arlie Pond is already losing his ability. That's not a great look for you, my dude. Yeah, and Jewett Meekin is having some issues. Sugden got worse, but he got better as a catcher. That's not bad. McKean got better. I think if there's any one player we need to look at replacing in the next 2 to 3 seasons, it's going to be McKean. He's already pretty far off from his elite level contact. Like, he was an 85 contact at one point, and it's just, we've just reached the point where we just can't count on that. And without his contact, the rest of his skill set isn't that impressive. Yeah, we'll figure what out. We'll figure what we want to do with that. You will offer me blah and blah for not bad. No. Alright. So, I have 17 pitchers, and I frankly don't need that many. So I'm going to demote Taylor. I'm going to demote Pond. Pond, my dude, you're a starting pitcher. I don't know why they made you a reliever. How did you already lose, like, a bunch of talent? Or was it just OSA? I think you'll be fine. I'm going to just let you work in the minors and build up your skills. Same for Inky Boy here. And Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and just let the computer use you the way it wants to. I'm not going to force you to be a starter anymore. I'm just going to say none. I think you're already kind of a lost cause. Okay. Copy, Blowvout. I've got to send down 2 more players. Hart. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm souring a bit on Souders. Get it? Souring a bit, maybe? We're going to just get rid of Bill Gallagher. Can I get anything for Bill Gallagher? Prospect specifically. You know what? I will happily trade for Gus H. Williams. That seems incredibly reasonable. Do it. All right. I mean, I have 10 pitchers. which weirdly includes Buck Freeman, and I don't want Buck Freeman pitching. But that's fine. And I still got to drop. Actually, I don't need to drop any more players. I'm at where I should be. All right, let's do it. Let's set the roster. Start with the pitching staff. Clear staff. Buck Freeman, you are not and never will be a two-way player. You are not very good at pitching. I'm not going to change that. Bill Hutchison, you won the Cy Young Award. So we're going to do this, this, and this. John Souders, emergency long relief. Pitching ratings, relievers. I'm just going to make them all middle relievers. I'm just going to let the game decide who should pitch, when they should pitch. And then we can adjust from there. Alright, lineups. Blow them up. Don't want to see them. Alright. So we go by batting ratings. Our very best contact hitter. Okay, Jack Stavets is probably our new number 3 hitter. Because while McKean is still very, very good, he doesn't have the raw talent that Stavets has. So Stavets, you're my cleanup guy. No, he's got to be cleanup. He's got too much power to be... No, we can just leave him there. Then Slattery for cleanup. John Mcgraw for leadoff. And Ed McKean for number 2. Sugden bats 5th. And then I think Buck Freeman bats 6th. I think Buck Freeman has proven his amazing ability as a batter. And I think we gotta let him play. Do you have a hole in your swing, Mr. Freeman? You don't like left-handed pitching quite as well. But we've got tons of people who can take that role from you if they need to. Bonner at second, Gilman Allen at short. Backups. Sage, a backup at catcher. Stenzel is probably the number 1 backup because he can at least play center field without embarrassing himself, which is more than I can say for some of these others. Charlie Bassett, you're going to back up at second, and you're also going to be my defensive sub. Easterday at short and third. McKean, honestly, I'm tempted to have Stenzel back up there too. But O'Connor can actually play first, so maybe we'll use O'Connor there. And then I'm going to go ahead and have McLaughlin be a level 2 utility player here. I just want to make sure they're on the chart somewhere in case I need them. Kelty, you can be 3rd level left fielder. And then O'Connor's going to back up at the other 2. There we go. That seems nice. Best hitter not on the regular starting lineup is Stenzel. And Stenzel's got some mad speed, so he can be the pinch runner. Then O'Connor. Then Easterday and Kelty there. I guess Bassett can be the number 3 pinch hitter off the bench, maybe. And let's copy both of these, and then let's paste them over to here. And I might actually just let Freeman play. Because I like Freeman is bad against left-handed pitching. He's just not transcendent. Looks like a lot of his power is going to dip. But I'm okay with that. I'm willing to let him prove his skill in the field of baseball. Of all the players that were starting for the first time this season, Bonner makes me the most nervous. Because I know he's got a well-rounded offensive skill set, but I'm also worried he might be an awful second baseman. And he may get replaced very quickly. But we'll see what happens. Let's advance to opening day. Interesting. All right. Major League roster for you. Anyone else who needs to be added to the roster? Nope. Then let's play our first month. McKean improved a bit. I didn't see that coming. Ooh, who's the rookie of the month? Buck Freeman. Of course he is. But yeah, at this point in Major League history, there's not much we can do to get ourselves over the top other than just hope. I guess I should maybe check that out. Bonner's hitting 290, my dude. Unless he's just like the worst second baseman in history. Okay, he is actually pretty bad. Well, I'm not going to argue with it. You'll just have to figure something out. Can I get, like, a truly excellent second baseman? Who is currently on the trading block? Trading block. Hub Collins of Boston. You're nothing special in the field, though, so I've kind of already got that. John Irwin only plays third. I think it's a problem with just nobody has very good second basemen. He's basically replacement level. How is Bonner doing? Bonner is below replacement level. Let's go ahead and put Bassett back at second base. Which sucks. But maybe this will inspire him to suck less in the future. Who knows? But yeah, I would rather have Bassett's elite defense and bad hitting than the bad hitting of Bonner, who's also bad at defense. Look, I'm not opposed to trading Henry Coate. I would just need to see what I would get as an option. Let me look at offensive players. What am I being offered here? Unspectacular players is what I'm being offered. What is going on with my phone? Okay, that's what it's about. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there to get excited about. Very nice. McKeenna's starting to slide. Gilman Allen is getting a lot better. Buck Freeman got better. You know, I wonder what I could trade Bonner for. I know I've soured on him with lightning speed, and I know he was the first round draft pick. But what he is isn't that exceptional. He's an okay hitter with okay gap power and okay plate discipline. In another era, he'd be a lot more valuable. In this one, not so much. I'm kind of set in right field, though. And also, he's just god-awful. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to just keep him and see how things turn out. But, yeah. How are we looking as a team? Everyone's hitting 300 except for Charlie Bassett and Gilman Allen. And Gilman Allen's number 2 on the fucking team in home runs. So I am more than okay with this. Could use a bit more out of the pitching staff, though. Let's go to... Nah, I'll just leave it as bullpen by committee for right now. How are you doing, Arlie Pond? You're pitching pretty shockingly well in AAA. You've probably earned yourself a rotation spot in the near future. Alright, let's go up to the All-Star team announcement. You know the rule, my minor league scouting, my minor league coaching friends, you can never leave. Bobby Bahunin, you've done a fine job. If you can help me develop Stevets and Freeman Torres, I will keep you around. Now, Jerry Duncan. I suppose we can keep him. Just for continuity's sake. I love it. Okay. I know he wants a hometown player. Is there genuinely a good player that's available from Philadelphia? No, I needed player trade, trading block. All players. I'm not seeing anyone from Pennsylvania. Oh, it's team transactions, okay. Here we go, city of birth. Here we go, John Hofford. I can trade for you, turn you into a reliever. What's it gonna take? You want Souders, you got Souders. There you go. You got your wish, owner. Now quit your whining. Alright. Abner Powell, my bullpen guy, made it despite being actually pretty bad at his job. Stevets is the only player to make it from Philadelphia. That's not very nice of you. And I guess when I got several people hitting 400, I can't really argue with that, but that still is a bit irritating. Is Allen getting on base at a good clip? He is. He's basically just productive enough to carry his glove, which is sensational. And if that's what I get, that's what I get. And if, yes, it's a place for improvement. It's not like there's shortstops and second basemen that grow on trees. We lost Inks for the whole season, which is yikes. Mcgraw got better. Stevets got worse. Larry got better. Arlie Pond got a little bit worse. Coate, Coogan both got better. Hutchinson was pitcher of the month. You will give me Abe Johnson, a bad player, for Henry Coate, who is at least not a bad player. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to the player search and shortlist. I'm going to look. Player search. I would like second baseman, please. Like, if I'm going to fucking go for it, I'm going to go for it. I could give you Mcgraw and get Childs. That would be not smart. What if we started with Frank Bonner and Charlie Bassett and Blovelt? Okay. So basically, I'd have to give you John Mcgraw to get Childs. And that's not something I'm willing to do. What if I offered you Dupeeshaw? No. Okay. Well, that didn't work. No, okay. That's just where we are. They're not going to take that deal. Henry Coate. Like, I'm going to start with Coate and Bonner as every possible combination, and then see if these get me anywhere. Okay, we're getting names now. It's still not any name I particularly want to give up, but we're still getting names. Kelty. I could have added one more name. And if I add Bassett, does that change your mind? No. Okay, Dupeeshaw moves the needle enough that they pull the trigger on it. How's Arlie Pond doing in the minors? Is he doing well? He's doing extremely well. I think trading Hutchinson would actually be the better choice if someone would take Hutchinson. Yeah, that doesn't move the needle enough. And no one you're asking for is anyone I plan to trade, so I'm going to say never mind to that. Tommy Corcoran, maybe. He's got... Like, he's a decent hitter that happens to be a brilliant defender. And I guess that's our issue, right? Is that there's several second basemen who are really good defensively and several that are really good offensively, but there's none that are both that we can get our hands on. Alright, let's start with Shaw, Bonner, and that catcher in AAA. I can get it for basically nothing. What if I drop Shaw? And what if I add Hutchinson? Basically, if I throw one of my many relief pitchers, I can make this happen. I'll give you Powell. I don't even care that Powell was an all-star. Do you have any interesting prospects you might give me? You'd never give me Doc McJames, I bet. How about Barry McCormick? He has drafted him, okay. I'm just gonna make this trade, fuck it. Alright. We gave up a lot for this, for Mr. Glenn Alvin here. You'd better fucking work out. Like, I mean, could I have had what's-his-face for that level? Maybe. Could I have had one of the truly elite ones? I guess it's possible, but... Alright, Pond, you're promoted, and Blowvelt, you're promoted. Pond, you're starting. Blowvelt, you're Blowvelting. There we go. Hey, 5 hits for Glenn Alvin. Okay. Is there another deal I could make that would really move the needle at all? I mean, I could upgrade it first, but what I've got is not terrible. Like, my worst hitter is now Gilman Allen, who still provides decent offensive value. I just don't know what else we can do to push ourselves through. Like bat Sugden 7th? Actually, it's not a terrible idea. I bat Glenn Alvin 5th. Sorry, Buckman or Freeman 5th, Glenn Alvin 6th, then Sugden. I mean, is this likely to make much of a difference? It probably isn't, because they're all great hitters and they're all doing great work. But Sugden is probably the weakest in that he's merely a pretty competent catcher who happens to hit okay. Whereas Freeman is having a legitimately excellent season, as is Glenn Alvin. Fuck, I'm batting Glenn Alvin 5th. I have to. He's been too good this season. Especially since coming over to the Phillies. I mean, look at this shit. This is a man who knows what he wants, and what he wants is to hit lots of baseballs very hard. Dupuis Shaw is suffering a bit. I mean, I always felt like I'd have to trade both of them, or replace both of them at some point, to be honest with you. No, come on, Phillies. I think we're already eliminated, aren't we? Maybe not. So wait. I'm tied for first. If I beat Cincinnati, I think that puts me in the playoffs. I think that wins me the pennant. I'm going to close my eyes. Did I get it? You already know if I got it or not. Nope, we lost. Fucking Colts. Ugh! What a kick in the balls. To come one game short. Oh, fuck you, Chicago. Fuck you. Fuck us, really. I mean, how in the hell do we lose to the Reds, who were 62 and 78? You eliminated me from the postseason, you pieces of garbage. Man, that's some weak ass shit. Also, Alan, what the fuck? How can someone with your cachet make 80 errors on a season? Oh, that's a kick in the balls. Alright. Really, Chicago won the World Series. I guess that makes me feel a little better that we lost to the World Series champions, but... like, come on, my dudes. Jim Whitney retired, and we retired his number, as we should. Tom McLaughlin retired. I forgot I had him. Alright. I don't know what to do about that season, man. I don't know how we get over the hump. Other than to just keep plugging away and hope that we get lucky. Alright. Well, congratulations, Fred Cohn. You just got promoted. You also got promoted. And we're going to get a new hitting coach. And it's going to be George Adams. Why? Because he's first alphabetically. Slattery and McKean keep picking up the gold gloves. Not Gilman Allen, though. Like, 35 errors is a whole hell of a lot less than 80. And I know errors aren't the most important thing, but come on. Excuse me. Hey, I got Manager of the Year. Very nice. And I got Left Fielder of the Year. You're damn right it is. I mean, I'm pretty pissed off that we didn't win. But, you know. Hooray. Did I not get any Rookie of the Year votes? Looks like Buck Freeman was second place in everyone's ballot. Fine. That's fine. I did lose another coach. I need a new pitching coach. Welcome, Jerry Dorsey. You've gotten promoted. And then I'll need to find a new one. Martin Malone. Let's get a nice young one for when I lock you up eternally. Yeah, I wasn't going to win any of those awards. Okay. I love it. Cast in my ballot. Oh, yeah. Definitely Tom Barlow. I'm going to vote for him again without hesitation. And this seems like a pretty weak first class. Remember, 200 wins or 2,000 hits is the minimum for me to consider you. Or at least very close to it. Yeah, I really don't see anyone else here that I look at and I instantly say, definitely vote this person into the hall. So, Tom Barlow, you are my guy. I am voting for you. Please win. Ooh, Napleshwa. Nice. Like, I know there's no way in the 7 hells that he's falling to me at number 13, but damn, that would be sweet. But no, we're going to get someone in the 40 to 50 range, and that's about as good as we'll get. Okay, I pay my scout a lot of money. Please let me trust my scout. Thanks. Now, like, this is where we should kind of be looking, is these 4 players here. But we'll see. Alright. Psy Seymour has an awful lot to recommend him. Like, as a pitcher, whatever, but as a hitter, oh my goodness. Yeah, Charlie Dexter could be real good some year too, but he's going to take a while. I'm going to take Seymour, and then I'm going to try to flip one of my starters for a good player. Like a really good first baseman, maybe. I'll take Sal Campbell. Campfield, whatever. Sure. And then it's a bunch of players who suck. Like, eventually Slattery is going to get worse, right? And once he does, I have Psy Seymour to pick it up in center field. And for now, I can just make him a two-way player or make him just a really great hitting pitcher. Is anyone using 4-man rotations yet? No. Okay. What about the stupid Colts? No. Okay. Yeah, the only difference is they had a player that hit 400, and I just haven't had any that have been that transcendent level of offense yet. Okay. Cool story, bro. Might as well put Williams on the list. I don't want to lose a player who might be not terrible. The rest of them can all go fuck themselves, so. Yeah, especially with Shaw losing some of his firepower, I'm less inclined to keep him. Alright. I want a shortstop. What can you give me? Several mediocre players. You're basically a worse version of Gilman Allen. I think if I really want to upgrade a shortstop, I'm going to have to target a player and then start offering things until the other team gives. And I don't think I have the depth at this point to just win that particular contest. There's nobody here I want. And good for John O'Connell. Did Barlow win? No. You consistently fuck him over. Why don't you like Tom Barlow? I'm taking it as a personal affront game that you're not letting him win. Oh, did I meet all of his stupid goals? Fuck you, dude. Alright, he is undecided. Overall, he's happy. I'm over the moon that you're happy. Yeah, Shaw's just gonna keep getting worse. He already lost velocity. All batters. Is there an elite level first baseman or shortstop here somewhere? Tiernan's got light tower power, but I have nowhere to put him. He's kind of a backup. Hey, my old pal Tommy McCarthy. You know what? I'll trade for Ernie Mason. It's better than getting nothing for him. Like, is there an actual upgrade to be had? Like, a Herman Long sounds like he'd be wonderful. But I'd have to give you John Mcgraw, basically. What about Inks? And what if I also threw in... I can't give you Coogan. Harry Jordan. And Jack Taylor. Yeah, they're just not even considering that. I'm not giving up Mcgraw to get Herman Long. As amazing as he would be, as wonderful an addition to this team, what if I gave you Gilman Allen? Okay, now we're talking. You want fucking Hofford, you can have Hofford. Done. Alright. We're all fucking in this season. Am I putting a lot of weight on the shoulders of some pretty young players? Yes. Do I think they can handle it? Equally, yes. Oh, let's go to a 4-man rotation. Give me all of the things. Wait, Daisy Davis? You want him to start? Like, I think that's a bad idea. So how about you don't do that and you let Burt Inks start? Like, that's just a bad idea. Like, I know he's got a little bit more stamina than your standard reliever, but come on, dude. And then you can go ahead and build everything. I mean, I'm not letting fucking Mike Slattery hit McKean hit cleanup. I don't think he's good enough for it, but I will find a spot for him, rest assured. Alright. Bippity boppity boop. Alright. I have got not one, not two, but 15 pitchers. I need 5 of them gone. I think Ink stays on the Major League roster. I don't think I demote him. Cuppy, Taylor, Williams, Jordan. One more reliever, Hart. I guess it means Campfield makes the roster, which I didn't anticipate, but is fine. Seymour and Campfield. And then this is basically my offensive roster. Which is fine. Alright, let's build the roster. 3 men. Meekin, Pond, Seymour. Inks. And then middle relief across the board. Inks is a fairly decent hitter, so I can definitely have him do some pinch hitting. Okay, I'm gonna nuke this lineup. The difference is this season I think I'll go ahead and let the AI set the depth chart, but I'm gonna set the lineup. Alright, Stavets, you're back in. Mcgraw's back in. I just really like McKean batting second. I don't like him batting cleanup. I don't think he's got the power for it. Yeah, Slattery cleanup, Long fifth. Then Freeman. No, then Glenn Alvin, then Freeman. Then Sugden. And then give me that depth chart. I don't love Seymour being my backup center fielder. But I guess that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. We can try it. Yeah, let's do it. No, we have an awful lot that is waiting on. We have an awful lot riding on young players this season. Arguably more than we have resting on our veterans. And part of that is because I've traded every veteran I could as quickly as I could for arguably pennies on the dollar, but that doesn't bother me. Not really. Hey, Seymour's 8th. Nice. Let's do it, team. Nobody wanted George Cuppy. Poor George. Milestone win? What? Oh, I got 1,500 career wins. Very nice. Oof. Well, Psy Seymour isn't doing fantastically, but he's doing okay, I guess. Alright. Everyone's pulling their weight mostly. The bullpen not so much, but that's fine. Okay, really, game? That is not okay. Why the fuck did you injure my player? I don't think we have another middle infielder on the roster, like, at all. I have Moeller. So I guess we just play short a man because I don't have another choice. That is not fair, by the way. If I'm the only team that gets a major injury like that. That is some grade A bullshit. You're not meant to be a starting rotation guy. You never have been. You've started 0 games in your professional career. Shut your pie hole. Alright, we got Herman Long back. Did that cost us the pennant? It might have. In all honesty, that injury might have cost us the pennant. But we'll see. We will see. Charlie, shut the hell up. I'm so sick of him belly aching. Oh no, I need team home screen, team chemistry. Okay, Bassett's a whiny little bitch. Well, now that I know that I can get rid of you. Because I've had it. I'm tired of you complaining each and every season. And I'm going to take you for the first... I'm going to dump you for the first good offer I get. Give me infielders, please. If Fennelly played one more position, I would have taken him, actually. Eh. Meh. Eh. Rekius only plays third. I might just cut him if I can't find a decent trade partner. I mean, I could trade for Taylor Schaefer, who's at least younger. But I really want someone with a bit more utility. But so far, Schaefer's looking like the best choice. If I needed starting shortstop, I'd probably take Fennelly, in all honesty, but I don't. Come on. All right, fine. I'll take Schaefer. There you go. We have no selfish players on this team anymore. All right. Dalton, I think I'm promoting Hastings because he's just been so fantastic for the Tarpons. You're not great at development, but you get along with pretty much everyone, so I think that's his job. Jorge Mora. Oh, you're a neutral pitching coach. Candy, you're going to help me develop my young pitchers, so I'm going to keep you along. And then all my minor leaguers get promoted. But don't worry, Hastings. You're getting a new job next season. You're going to be my bench coach. Ooh, a cycle for Taylor. Very nice. Not Taylor. Slattery. All right. Well, Meekin got an all-star appearance. Good for him. And that's it. That's literally... Oh, and Bob Black. That's literally the only two players on the team that got one. How? Are we just not hitting? Stevets is hitting fine. Freeman's hitting great. Man, I don't get this. I don't get these all-star voters, but whatever. Now, the pitching staff has been a little bit subpar. That is an unescapable but true statement nonetheless. That we just don't have a great pitching staff at the moment. Which is fine. Because it's not like things would have changed had I selected a different player in the draft. Hey, Psy Seymour was Rookie of the Month again. Great. Just great. Like, we're getting improvement, which is what matters, right? Our pitchers are getting better, but it's just that their ceiling isn't as high. Herman Long got better. Yeah, Long, I think it was a much-needed shot in the arm to the offense. I feel comfortable saying that. But I just don't think it's enough. I don't think it's going to get us where we need to get. And it's not because of anything we're doing wrong. It's because the fucking National League is ridiculously stacked. I mean, look at this shit. We've got 4 people with 50 wins, and the American League only has 2. It is insane how good and competitive this division was. And yeah, I won 5 in a row. Great, but the team in front of me won 3 in a row. Like, our best chance is just to keep driving and hope that we're able to get something worthwhile in the end. Like, Sugden is kind of a rock for us as a catcher. I mean, yeah, his season this season hasn't been that great, but he's been reliable. I don't think Coogan is going to be taking his job anytime soon. Can I get a great starting pitcher for Dan Coogan? I could get mediocre starting pitchers. I could get Bill Hutchison back. That's not going to do it for me. Let me go ahead and push Freeman in the lineup. And Glenn Alvin can bat here. Glenn Alvin has such a long history of hitting at a high level that I'm just going to treat this season as maybe a bit of a fluke. He has been lightly injured. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we could trade for to make a difference on this team. Like, we just need to keep plugging away and hope that we can just put together a nice streak. Harrison Peppers is a fantastic name. Really, game? How am I the only team that seems to be getting people that are injured? Here, Jordan. You're a new middle relief guy. Look at this. Look at this crap. Like, we have this big bullpen that pretty much never gets used because that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I bet Seymour walks too many people. Yep. He probably got pushed a little bit harder than he should have been. Pond has been real solid. But yeah. And we're already eliminated. Well, all we need is a deep draft. That's what we've been waiting on. We need a really deep draft that we can take advantage of and get quality depth back on this team. Because right now we don't have that. We don't have any depth. I mean, we finished with the exact same record we did last season. The only difference is that 80 wins just doesn't cut it when another team is 85. And again, we finished second, and again, it's the fucking Chicago Colts. Once again, they were not that much better than me. I frankly don't see what the difference was unless we were just really unlucky. Not really. We should have finished third. We finished first or second. Yeah, man, I don't know what we can do to push our team over the hump. And that's kind of the frustrating part of being at this level at this time in baseball. There's just so little I can do. Like, I have tons of players having great seasons. Sugden was a pretty big downer this season, and I'm hoping he bounces back next season. Glenn Alvin wasn't that great either. Is Buck Freeman just an awful right fielder, or did he just not hit that well? Oh, excuse me. I thought he hit okay. I mean, it could have been better, but... I mean, granted, Slattery's not MVP level anymore. He's starting to slip a bit. But I just frankly don't know what we do at this point. Just keep plugging away. Hope that our young pitchers get better. Maybe. Pond was brilliant, Meakin was solid, and Seymour has a lot to learn. Like, this fucking walk rate is completely unacceptable in the major leagues. It just is. That's got to come down a lot. Like, even if you cut your walks in half, you'd still be not a great pitcher. But that's where we are right now. Let's see who wins the World Series. Is it going to be Chicago again? Fucking Baltimore. How does Baltimore make the World Series every damn season? Like, maybe I'm just being unrealistic, but no. Yeah, look at this shit. They're worse than the Bills. In 6 of the past 7 seasons, they've made it to the World Series, and they've lost each and every one of them. Damn. And the Colts have 3 world championships. Who do the Colts become? Do they become the Cubs, or... I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. I got a new extension. I would like to promote Scott Hastings. I didn't say pitching coach. I said bench coach. And then I'm just going to hire, like, Bill Parks to be my manager in AAA. But, man, this is just, like, yikes. How much are the Colts charging for a ticket? They're charging 68 cents. You know what? If the Colts can charge 68 cents, then I can charge 50 cents. I don't think that's unfair. $0.50. There we go. But man, I don't know what else to do. Because I don't have the quality depth to trade to make improvements. And the players I do have, there has to be a bit more luck than I've gotten so far. O'Connor, I probably don't need you anymore. I probably need to find a replacement for you. But yeah, I think we just need a draft that's deep. I don't need a draft with a single starter. I need a draft with like 6 backups that could fill in a pinch. That's what we need. Because right now, all of our best talent is at the major league level. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the talent that's there isn't enough to take us over the top by itself. Maybe it will be someday, but it's not yet. We've got a lot of work to do to make this team competitive again. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying competitive. We've won lots and lots of games. And that we haven't finished first has just been, like, weirdness. Yeah, we led the National League in home runs. Neat. Like, I know Boston just dominates all the fucking leaderboards. Huh. You co-led the league in intentional walks. That's pretty cool, Sugden. And Slattery led in sacrifice flies. Well, that makes me feel amazing. But yeah, I think we're just honestly at a point where there's very little that we can do except just keep plugging away and hope that, like, our pitching staff is crazy young, right? And all I need is Psy Seymour to take a moderate step forward next season, and I think we'll have a rotation that can be very, very competitive. I really do. Arlie Pond is proving to be an ace. He's doing what we need him to, which is wonderful. Our core is maybe a bit weaker than it could be. Ed McKean still does Ed McKean things, which still makes him useful. He still gets on base, and he hits doubles and triples. Stevets, this was probably the best trade I've made in a long time in this particular series, because yikes. Because I remember us giving up basically nothing for Stevets. Yeah, Con Daly, who's admittedly talented in his own right, but he's not a heart of the order dominating hitter. John Mcgraw has been an amazing player. There's very little I could want more from a third baseman than this. He gets on base all the bloody time. He hits for contact, hits for average, doesn't hit for a ton of power, but hits for enough. Steals bases. Slattery is slipping a little bit. He is 29. Maybe he'll bounce back. Herman Long has come in and just been amazing. He's continued his excellence of every season but 1894. Buck Freeman was another excellent find. 5th round draft pick. He could definitely be a bit better than he is now, but what he is now is pretty damn solid. Glenn Alvin might have had a bit of a down year, but that's unusual for him. And I'm sure we'll see him bounce back. And so was Sugden. Also had a very uncharacteristically bad season for him. The point I'm trying to get at is that our core is fine. Are there places we could upgrade? Maybe, but the kinds of upgrades we need are just not going to be available. And that's the unfortunate truth. We're in that era of baseball where historically teams improved by buying minor leaguers. They sent scouts all around the world, not the world, mostly the United States and Canada, but sometimes the world. They sent scouts. They found players, like when they found Joe DiMaggio playing for the independent San Francisco Seals, as an example. That's how teams used to build. And then there would be trades, but generally not very many of them. And we're just at a point where we're too competitive to get good draft picks. And by the time we are picking, the players that are left tend to be mediocre at best. And we gave up an awful lot to improve at second base and shortstop. And maybe second base hasn't worked out quite as well as I would have hoped. But Herman Long was utterly sensational. He was brilliant. And I'm glad we acquired him. And now let's see that happen for the rest of the teams. Where's Honus Wagner, by the way? I wonder if no one has drafted him yet. I thought Honus Wagner just started playing in the 1900s. Maybe he's a couple seasons away. But we need a really smart draft. We need the kind of draft where we identify players that are going to be useful. Because there is no quick fix to this. That's the scary part. Is that we were 20 games over 500. The equivalent of winning 100 games in the modern era. No, not 100 games. 20 games over 500. No, yeah, it would be 100 wins. Yeah, it'd be 100 wins. But all the Colts have to be is like 3% better than me. And they're going to win the pennant and not me. And it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not irritated. I'm far saltier about last season than this season. I took a risk. I had a much younger pitching staff, and it didn't pay off this year, but I bet it'll pay off in years to come. It's too difficult to make significant improvements. So the only thing I can hope for is that the Colts age. And you made Dick Burns into a relief pitcher? Why? Oh, this must just be a Dick Burns, not the Dick Burns. Okay. So we're going to look at default. And look how many players they have in their 30s. It's a lot. It's a lot. And yes, DeMontreville is young. Mike Smith is okay. Bob Carruthers isn't going to be this great forever. So I guess that's our only hope, is that the other teams start to slip. I mean, our team isn't as young as it could be either. If we take a look at our offensive staff, most of them are south of 30. McKean is not. McKean's the old man of the group. But the thing is, we have a lot of players right around their prime, which means this window is probably 2 to 3 years that we're going to be real competitive. If we could bottom out without bottoming out, I'd say we might have a chance to make some real positive gains in the next 2 to 3 seasons. I truly believe that. I truly believe that we're not far from where we need to be. And I think let's maybe end this episode. Let's try to see if we can trade O'Connor. I want the best possible player regardless of position. That's not Paul Radford. Okay, so maybe there's nobody good that's available. Yikes. I'm going to look at some of these pictures, actually. I'm going to look and see if any of you is stealthily, like, an amazing hitter. Esper's fine. See if we can hit the mother load one too many times. So people are like, how does this keep happening? I tell them, well, it's because you don't look at their ability to hit. All you care about is whether they're good at pitching. But so far I'm not noticing anything, which is the tragedy. I'm looking at this all wrong. I need to do a proper player search. I want all pitchers. And I'm going to sort by batting potential, and I'm going to look for contact. No, I said pitchers. Can I give you Jack O'Connor for Danny Friend? Done. Alright, beautiful story. I'll put you on the 40-man, then instantly send you to AAA. Like, he's not even a bad pitcher. So, I mean, he's actually kind of a nice pickup for a player that actually hurt us last season. We won't even discuss John Kelty. But I think we just need to acquire young hitters that have some kind of future to them to start waiting to build up for the next great Phillies team. Because unless I miss my guess, we're not going to be able to get a top-notch hitter where we'll be picking. It's just not going to be there. And that's fine. I think Prospect Pipeline worked. Yeah, the rookie draft feature doesn't really work. Because my minor league system, I guarantee you, is in the bottom 5. No, it's actually the 3rd. Okay. That's interesting. Trading Coogan wouldn't be a bad idea, but maybe we'll save that for next episode. But hopefully you folks have been enjoying the OOTP 21 so far. Thanks again to everybody who pointed out that I initially uploaded the wrong save last week. I had intended to upload this on Monday, but I only played it Sunday night, and I was pretty tired, so I actually ended up uploading the wrong video. So my apologies, but this one will come in nice and early for you. Until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I'll bid you good day.